Hey everyone, welcome to the Tipsy Trope. I am B-Man, and if you're like me, you're excited about the Legend of Vox Machina premiering on Amazon in just a few months. Or if you're watching in the future, then has already premiered. Either way, if you want to know about the show, its very unique origins, and the people who are bringing it to you, then stay tuned. Let's drink about it. We'll start in March 2019 with the official launch of the record-breaking Kickstarter for the animated series. The original goal was for $750,000 to produce a 1.5-hour show. But that goal was quickly shattered within an hour, and fans kept breaking through every stretch goal set by Critical Role, and eventually they ended up with 88,000 backers and the crazy amount of $11 million, which is still in the top 10 most funded Kickstarters of all time. The show went from a single half-hour episode to a 10-episode series. The Kickstarter then got the attention of Amazon, who is now partnering with Critical Role and are offering the show on their platform. And they've already greenlit it for another season. So now we're getting 2 seasons of 12 episodes each. But who are Critical Role, the people behind the series, and how do you get an animated series to break Kickstarter records and gather so much interest to bring in this ridiculous amount of money for a show? Well, for that, we need to go back to the year 2015. This is a year that a group of D&D players decided to take their game from their living room onto the internet. Dungeon Master Mathew Mercer, along with 8 of his friends, were all voice actors living in LA and were playing a weekly Pathfinder game, which is similar to D&D, and just having a good time. When they were approached by none other than the founder of Geek and Sundry, uber nerd Marisha Ray, who you might know from the Guild. They agreed to start playing Dungeons & Dragons on Geek and Sundry's Twitch channel, and later posting those videos on YouTube as well, where it found an even larger audience. It was an immediate success as viewers were enthralled by the incredible storytelling that Mathew Mercer, as the Dungeon Master, was weaving in Exandria, the world of his own making, along with the charismatic and talented voice actors that were playing the characters in the campaign. There had been other D&D campaigns streaming online before, but the level of talent and quality that was brought by this cast was unrivaled, and fans of the show, known as Critters, instantly fell in love, and their followers and viewers grew very, very rapidly. They continued their campaign week after week every Thursday evening with the same group, except for Orion Okaba, who parted ways with the group early on due to, let's just say, differences. But the show continued to grow in popularity, and celebrities began making appearances, bringing their own unique characters to the game. Celebs including Will Wheaton, Marisha Ray, Joe Manganiello, Patrick Rothfuss, John Heder, and more. This brought even more eyeballs and attention onto the show and the channel as they continued their campaign on Geek and Sundry until early 2019, when they parted ways with the Geek and Sundry channel and formed their own Critical Role Twitch and YouTube channel. This break was an important event and necessary for them to be able to expand their scope in content. They continued their D&D campaigns on the new channel and added a number of other types of content, which helped their YouTube channel quickly gain more than 1 million subscribers. Now, what is Vox Machina and what does it have to do with this Critical Role group? Well, in the first campaign, the one that started way back in 2015, the band of adventurers from the initial campaign had a name for themselves. They called themselves Vox Machina. As they traveled around Exandria, Mathew Mercer's world, from one area to another, they would introduce themselves by their group name. And this initial D&D campaign is the basis of the animated series now on Amazon. Let's meet the characters and the voice actors who played them on Critical Role, and will also be voicing them on The Legend of Vox Machina. In the group, we have Liam O'Brien as Vaxil Dawn, a half-elf rogue, his twin sister, Vexalia, a ranger voiced by the great Laura Baily. Together, they are commonly referred to as Vex and Vax. Grog Strongjaw, a fearsome Goliath barbarian with a tender heart, was played by Travis Willingham. Grog's best friend is a tiny gnome named Pike Trickfoot, a divine cleric voiced by the talented Ashley Johnson. The druid of the group is played by Marisha Ray, a shape-shifting half-elf named Keyleth. A gunslinger also joins the gang, voiced by Taliesan Jaffe. His character Percival DeRollo is a human fighter with an affinity for firearms. And last but not least, we have the hilarious Sam Riegel playing a very rambunctious gnome bard who will sing his way right into your heart, and voice acting many of the characters in the world as he did during the D&D campaigns will be the super talented Mathew Mercer. I have high hopes for this show as it's being produced by Titmouse, who's done a lot of animations including Netflix's Big Mouth, Venture Brothers, and Star Trek Lower Decks, among many other shows. And this show may just be the beginning of Vox Machina and Critical Role, as rumors are floating around of a major motion picture in the future, as well as a video game that is currently in development. So you're sure to hear and see more from this franchise in the coming years. I'm super excited about this show, and I hope you are too. There's a lot to be excited about. If you got value from this video, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Give me a thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Cheers.